Welcome to Globewise Entertainment, your go-to channel for untold Hollywood stories, legendary icons, and the dark secrets of Tinseltown. Today, we're diving into the tragic fates of old Hollywood's LGBTQ+ stars, talented actors who lived in secrecy and faced heartbreaking ends. If you haven't subscribed to Globewise Entertainment yet, hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into Hollywood's most compelling stories. 1. Ramon Novarro, 1899 to 1968. A silent film star's brutal end. Ramon Novarro was a dashing silent film star, often compared to Rudolph Valentino. As Hollywood's original Latin lover, he captivated audiences in classics like Ben-Hur, 1925. But behind the glamour, he lived a secret life as a gay man in an era when being out was dangerous. On October 30, 1968, Novarro was brutally murdered in his Los Angeles home. Two brothers, Paul and Tom Ferguson, had been hired as escorts, but they believed Novarro had a large sum of cash hidden in his house. When they couldn't find the money, they tortured and beat him to death, leaving him to choke on his own blood. Tragically, no hidden fortune existed, only a Hollywood legend whose life ended in violence and betrayal. His death became one of the most shocking crimes in Hollywood history. 2. George Cukor, 1899 to 1983. The Hollywood host who died in isolation. George Cukor, the acclaimed director of My Fair Lady and the Philadelphia Story, was a master of cinema and a beloved figure among Hollywood's closeted elite. Known for his lavish parties attended by stars like Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn, Cukor lived as an open secret in the industry. Despite his success, he spent his later years in seclusion, as age and changing Hollywood trends pushed him aside. In 1983, he passed away at 83 from a heart attack, alone and largely forgotten by the industry he helped shape. His death marked the end of an era, one where gay men in Hollywood lived in the shadows, even at the height of their fame. 3. Sal Mineo, 1939 to 1976. Sal Mineo was a talented actor best known for his role as Plato in Rebel Without a Cause alongside James Dean. As one of the first Hollywood stars to live somewhat openly as a gay man, he faced both career struggles and personal hardships. On the night of February 12, 1976, Mineo was returning to his West Hollywood apartment when he was attacked in an alleyway. He was stabbed once in the heart and collapsed, dying within minutes. Initially suspected to be a hate crime, his murder was later linked to a botched robbery by a pizza delivery man named Lionel Ray Williams, who was eventually convicted. Mineo's tragic death at just 37 years old cut short a promising career and left Hollywood in shock. 4. Rock Hudson, 1925 to 1985. Rock Hudson, one of Hollywood's most iconic heartthrobs, hid his sexuality throughout his career due to the intense pressure of the industry's homophobia. In 1985, Hudson shocked the world by revealing he had been diagnosed with AIDS, becoming one of the first major celebrities to publicly disclose the disease. His death later that year from AIDS-related complications highlighted the stigma surrounding HIV and the struggles of LGBTQ+ people in Hollywood. Despite his fame, Hudson faced a lifetime of secrecy and personal turmoil, making his death a tragic symbol of both his talent and the harsh realities he faced. 6. Anthony Perkins, 1932 to 1992. Was a beloved actor best known for his chilling portrayal of Norman Bates in Psycho. While his career soared, Perkins struggled privately with his sexuality in an era that demanded secrecy. He lived much of his life in the closet, eventually marrying and having children. In 1992, he publicly revealed that he had been living with HIV, but tragically, he died later that year from complications related to AIDS at the age of 60. His death marked the loss of a talented star who spent years hiding a significant part of his identity, adding another layer of tragedy to his story. 6. Anthony Perkins, 1932 to 1992. Was a beloved actor best known for his chilling portrayal of Norman Bates in Psycho. While his career soared, Perkins struggled privately with his sexuality in an era that demanded secrecy. He lived much of his life in the closet, eventually marrying and having children. In 1992, he publicly revealed that he had been living with HIV, but tragically, he died later that year from complications related to AIDS at the age of 60. His death marked the loss of a talented star who spent years hiding a significant part of his identity, adding another layer of tragedy to his story. 7. Paul Lynde, 1926 to 1982. Paul Lynde was a beloved comedian and actor known for his sharp wit and iconic role on Hollywood squares. Despite his popularity, Lynde struggled with his sexuality, living as a closeted gay man throughout most of his career. His personal life was marked by alcoholism, emotional turmoil, and a sense of loneliness, as he faced the pressures of hiding his true identity in an era of intense homophobia. Tragically, Lynde passed away alone from a heart attack at the age of 55 in 1982. His death underscored the painful realities of being an LGBTQ+ figure in Hollywood during a time when acceptance was scarce. 8. Tab Hunter, 1931 to 2018. Tab Hunter, a heartthrob of the 1950s, rose to fame with his clean-cut image and matinee idol status. However, behind the scenes, he struggled with being forced to hide his sexuality in an era of intense homophobia. He was pushed into a public relationship with actress Natalie Wood to protect his career. Despite this, Hunter later revealed his truth in his autobiography, where he described his life of secrecy. In 2018, Hunter passed away from a heart attack at the age of 86. While he lived a long life, his early years in Hollywood were marked by anxiety and the constant fear of being outed. His story reflects the sacrifices many gay stars made during a time when being open about one's sexuality could destroy careers. 9. Dirk Bogarde, 1921 to 1999. Dirk Bogarde, a British actor and screenwriter, was one of the most famous stars of old Hollywood, known for his sophisticated roles in films like Death in Venice and The Night Porter. Though he lived openly with his partner, Anthony Forwood, for decades, he never publicly acknowledged his sexuality due to the intense homophobia of the era. In his later years, Bogarde faced a slow decline in health, suffering a series of strokes. He passed away in 1999, after enduring years of health problems, leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking work that challenged norms but also a life lived in the shadows of Hollywood's harsh expectations. 10. Richard Chamberlain, born in 1934, still alive but endured hardships. Richard Chamberlain, born in 1934, was a beloved heartthrob of the 1960s and 1970s, known for his roles in Dr. Kildare and The Thorn Birds. Though he kept his sexuality private for much of his career due to Hollywood's harsh norms, his struggles with being closeted took a toll on him emotionally. In later years, Chamberlain faced personal health challenges, including a stroke that nearly claimed his life. Though he has lived through hardship, Chamberlain's story reflects the broader struggles of LGBTQ+ actors in an era of secrecy and societal pressures. His eventual coming out in the 2000s was a courageous step, but the scars of his earlier years in Hollywood remain a significant part of his legacy. These figures endured not just the pressures of fame but also the suffocating restrictions of a homophobic era, leading to tragic circumstances in many cases. And that's a wrap on today's video about the 10 tragic deaths of old Hollywood gay stars. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you haven't subscribed to Globewise Entertainment yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button now so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.